Wesley Snipes was a Cajun. Frankly,
Facts just poured in, dear Nick.
Get out.
Love the Yesterday and Today program. Wish it was a regular part of the Bob and Tom show.
Oh.
Chip Davis was C.W. McCall. Now he's the producer of and main performer of the group Mannheim Steamroller, new age group whose Christmas albums have sold 1 billion. Many more than C.W. McCall.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either.
Well, Rich.
You have to judge by the first part of the letter that said, "Dear Nick, love your show." And say that, yes, this is right on the money.
So this is the convoy guy is now in Mannheim Steamroll?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow, Nick.
That was a bunch of German guys.
Mannheim Steamroll?
Yeah.
I guess that would make sense.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
So we're
See a name like Mannheim in the title of the group? Oh,
we're going to have another hit from our intern Oliver on C.W. McCall.
We're going to hear about that in just a second.
But first, you can't forget
Go, Nick, go.
the horse story.
The guy that was having sex with the horse?
Miniature horse.
He was doing the miniature horse, and it's tragic. But true that we actually have some sound
No.
from the floor.
Oh, this is the horse
Don't
winning.
go down
Yes,
that road.
this is the horse.
You come up.
There's a miniature horse.
I love Dolly.
Wow.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, thank God. Phone
Saved by the Bell, I hope. Morning, Bob and Tom show.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen. Tom Bush, calling from the
Tom,
Institute
good morning.
Center. Been listening in on all the things going on there. Nick, great effort.
Thank you, man.
You betcha.
Listen,
really
Timmy,
like it.
I've loved your bit for years.
Thank you, buddy. Listen, I heard you guys talking earlier about the baby in Chicago that fell into the gorilla's pen.
Right.
That's coincidental. It could have been worse. That 68-pound baby boy from New York
Oh, my.
you were talking about,
Yeah.
he fell into the gorilla pen there at the Bronx Zoo. Killed the damn gorilla.
Yeah.
I'd get that little pig potty trained right now. Are you thinking that he'd close down the diaper delivery service by himself?
I would think so.
Okay, Willard, hit the sounder. Out from the Ambassador Center, New York, I am Tom Blochow. Well, at SeaWorld in Aurora, Ohio, mechanical failure has been blamed for an accident that sent a stunt boat soaring end over end into a packed grandstand Saturday. Thankfully, 23 were only injured. Well, now there's two things they call flipper.
Faster than lightning.
Thank you, Nick, my man. And today, Bill and Hillary Clinton, along with Al Gore and Tipper, will celebrate Bill's 50th birthday with a trip to a burned-out Southern black church. As we all know, nothing spells P-A-R-T-Y like that.
You betcha.
Reform. All right, you asked for it.
All right, fine.
I just photo opportunity.
See you later.
Bye.
Wow.
P-A-R-T-Y. P-A-R-T-Y.
You know,
How do you
Tim,
spell photo opportunity?
I don't know.
Tim mentioned that 68-pound, 17-month-old. And you know what that baby does in the summer?
What?
He stinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to admit that this time of year, certainly that big 68-pounder,
Great song.
he's one hot child in the city. Here's Nick Gilder. October 1978.
I love that song.
I never listened to top 40 radio.
Well,
so
you
I
never
don't
get to hear
recognize
the
this.
hook because
This
Bob
crap.
turns the damn thing off.
See, if I figure, here's my philosophy. Short, out.
Established.
This all started with we asked we played a song earlier this morning called Emma or something.
Emily.
By Hot Chocolate. I didn't want to have to listen to the whole thing, so we sent our intern Oliver, who's a student at the University of Southern California,
Morning,
Right.
Oliver.
Hi, Oliver.
How you doing?
USC. He's a
You're a
USC.
big Trojan?
That is correct.
He is a Trojan.
Yeah.
And Oliver's going to be our official correspondent. I'm sure when you're working at USC, what are you studying out there, Oliver?
Print journalism.
Print journalism.
Good. That
So,
means-
What, are you going to work for
Isn't that an
Playboy or what?
anomaly?
so I'm sure that you're going to be, probably up early grinding away at the old
typewriter.
typewriter. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Typewriter, co-ed. Same thing.
4 a.m. You're in the dorm there grinding away.
Grinding away.
You won't mind if we call you out in California.
No, not
Fine, I'll probably be up. What's
Okay.
your major, baby? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You want to meet something really major?
Look at that.
Now we asked you to review.
What's your minor? Your age, huh?
Now, is this the intro card here? And then
We have a Cliff Notes, and then we have a full dissection of the song.
now, what was the song? What was the song we asked you to review here?
Oh, Convoy.
Convoy.
C.W. McCall.
So this here's the intro.
And now, the latest edition of Oliver's Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s. This week, Convoy by C.W. McCall from January 1976. Now here's your host, Oliver.
Bunch of truckers drive across the country, breaking the law.
This has been Oliver's Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s.
Quickly
See,
becoming
Oliver in your.
This is quite apropos because did you realize this is Truck Driver Appreciation Week?
Well, and I appreciate truck drivers, and I'm not sure they're going to appreciate your analysis there, your précis, if you will, of the song. You sort of left out, I think, kind of the meat of the song, which
Yeah,
was the.
I have full details on the other card.
Oh, the details. I see. So that was just like a preview.
No, we
then.
go in depth. here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This will explain the.
This is more of an essay, because, this is a college credit class for Oliver.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's right. He does.
Now you can put this all on tape and take it back and say, this is what I did.
Oh, yeah, you bet.
How I spent my summer.
Yeah.
Do you have an earring or anything?
Oh, no.
No, he wouldn't be able to sleep in his mom and dad's basement. If
Oh, okay. But I mean, when you go back this year,
You're not going to shoot your penis out, right?
Oh my gosh.
Be very careful not to do that.
Okay, good. You be very careful.
all right.
He
Okay.
means with a weapon.
With a gun.
With a gun.
He didn't mean it.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Hey, oh, sure you did. Can we hear the essay here?
Okay. I think Oliver.
See, the other guy lived in the basement of his parents.
I like to act as a father figure for the interns because I'm a dad. I've got 3 young sons.
There we go.
I think it'd be a big hit if you got
Yeah, here we go.
if you got a USC Trojan tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love one, but my mom would
Really?
We'll
kill
talk
you
to
and
her.
me both.
We'll talk to her.
She'll kill me too for that.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm not
for
really.
even,
big-
for even, for even.
But you know what's really bizarre? It just dawned on me. You are, and I mean this in the nicest sort of way, you're old enough to be his dad. You could be Oliver's dad. He's only 19.
21.
Fine. You could be his mom. How do you
I
know?
could.
Yeah, I guess
I
we all
could be his mom, but I mean, it just seems very weird.
That's why I'm acting like a father
Yes.
figure.
Yeah.
There's a former engineer here. It could be your mom and dad.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Let's go back to the essay, shall we?
Now we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break.
That's a good idea.
Didn't we just take a break?
Yeah, we did a while ago, but I just wet myself. I've got.
So Convoy,
Okay.
I've got
Convoy
to take a
essay
break.
has to wait.
We'll
Well,
come back and find
with
out
the
about
essay.
Convoy with our intern Oliver. Just kidding about the tattoo, Mom and Dad.
You bet.
We're not kidding about the engineer, though.
I really have to get going.
We'll come right back. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
The 90s.
Thanks, Oliver.
You need a bumper, some kind of.
Do you want to hear Oliver's first review of history?
And now, Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s with Oliver. This week's hit, Emma by Hot Chocolate from April 1975. Now here's your host, Oliver Lang.
Singer is dating this chick for a long time. She wants to be a movie star, gets bummed out, kills herself.
That's it.
Yep.
This has been Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s with Oliver.
Oliver.
Feel like you were there, don't you?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
That's great.
Felt like I was there.
Well, let's play a song, shall we? Right now.
All right, what do you want to hear?
Well,
It goes a
I've
little
got
something. No, I'm doing it. It goes a little something.
I've got a bunch of requests here. I'll try to get them all in the next few days. But right now, I've got a request for this. This is Haywood Banks, and
I want to see the request.
this is kind of a.
I want to see if you're gonna bring old Nick to bear for perhaps embellishing a fax, saying that everyone loves yesterday and today. I'd like to see the fax that poured in that said, Haywood Banks, por favor.
Well, it was a request for this specific song, actually.
Which one?
And where is it exactly?
I've got the song over here.
P-O-R-F-A-V-O.
Pardon me? Por favor.
Yes.
What are you doing?
P-O-R-F-A-V-O-R.
What are you doing?
We're looking for that fax.
No, I had it over here. I can't place it right now. I have a number of faxes here, as you can see. I have like 50 faxes right here.
Which song was it, do you think?
It was
Pig's
Toast.
Head Wings?
No, the one
Toast,
that's
of
the request
course.
for Toast.
Yeah, toast.
Yeah.
You-
Toast.
Yeah, toast.
I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. This is Haywood on the Bob and Tom Show.
All around the country and coast to coast. People always say, what do you like most? I don't want to brag. I don't want to boast. I always tell them I like toast.
Very nice.
Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast!
I get up in the morning about 6 a.m. Have a little jelly, have a little jam. Take a piece of bread, put it in the slot. Push down the lever and the wires get hot. I get toast.
Yeah, toast! Yeah, toast!
Now, there's no secret to toasting perfection. There's a dial on the side and you make your selection. Push to the dark or the light, and then, if it pops too soon, press down again. Make toast.
Yeah, toast!
When the first caveman drove in from the dregs, didn't know what would go with the bacon and the eggs. Must have been a genius, got it in his head. Plug the toaster in the wall, buy a bag of bread, make toast.
Yeah, toast!
Oui, monsieur, bonjour, coquette. Oh, croissantez-vous ever?
Maurice Chevalier, Eiffel Tower.
Oh, oui, Marie, baguette, bonsoir.
French toast! French toast!
In Chicago, we're on the Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah, toast!
Toast.
All right. Haywood Banks, and a nice tribute to breakfast food. All right. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Indianapolis, Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Hi, mostly cloudy, warm, humid, a 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the mid-80s. Tonight, partly cloudy, muggy, a 30% chance of thunderstorms, low around 70. Tuesday, partly cloudy, humid, and 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s. Currently, we have 80 degrees here at Q95. Eastbound I-465, a big problem there under US 31 on the south side, a serious accident. Once again, that's on the south side, I-465, under US 31 on the south side. Let's see. Congratulations to Tom Way, Mohawk, Indiana, where, as Nick says, the entire city's carpeted, I guess.
Yeah.
Tom is one of our winners going to Vegas with us. Tom gets to take a friend with us. It's the Village Pantry Coca-Cola Bob and Tom trip to Vegas.
Yes.
You can enter, too. Grab a bumper sticker at any Village Pantry. Stick it in your car. We'll be looking for those. Also, if you've already sent in your Village Pantry entry form, we can get you that way, too. Dog will be doing a drawing this afternoon. We'll be doing another one again tomorrow. This portion of our program is sponsored this morning by
Rhino Linings. Spray on Rhino Linings can totally protect your new or used truck bed. Out at the fair on Saturday, saw the Rhino Linings exhibit. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's huge. It's wonderful. It's a huge inflatable rhino. And
Maybe that's why there were record-setting crowds at the fair this year.
I was riding past on the tram. Of course, you know what I yelled out when we went past
What?
the Rhino Linings.
their motto.
Well, what was their motto, obviously?
Oh, yeah.
That's their motto.
Can you do it for us,
No,
Christy?
please don't. I can't.
Did you do it
Tell
last
us about
Monday.
Rhino Linings,
While we were
Chick.
gone last week, did you do the Rhino Linings
No,
commercial?
because I never had the
did you
Rhino
do the-
Linings commercial.
I mean,
Tell us about
they
Rhino
dropped their
Linings.
They
sponsorship.
took a week off, I guess.
They have an on-skid surface, Bob.
Tell us about Rhino Linings.
It bonds directly, James Bond, to the truck bed, eliminating rust damage between the liner and the truck bed. Check out their complete line of truck accessories, Ala on one mud flap, Bama on the other. Drive your new or used truck to 4537 North Shadeland, and coming soon, look for them in Greenwood. It's Rhino Linings.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Good morning. We're back from vacation and glad to be home. And Christy Lee is here with us right now with some entertainment news. Christy?
Bobby Brown.
Yesterday and today.
Thanks,
And
Nick.
Nick is still
As
hovering.
Christy, of course, gives you the news, I'll add a musical hit from the past to accentuate the story.
Bobby Brown goes on trial in Orlando today for battery. Brown, a bodyguard, and his publicist accused of kicking and stomping on a man who allegedly tried to move in on a woman socializing with Brown at Disney World's Pleasure Island. Also, authorities are investigating a car accident that sent Bobby Brown to the hospital on Saturday. Happened in Hollywood, Florida, where Brown lost control of his black Porsche and crashed into a street sign and some shrubs. He was hospitalized with leg and neck injuries, was released shortly after he was admitted. Hospital officials aren't saying whether Brown was tested for a blood alcohol level. Police say no charges were filed against Brown. Since it was a single-car accident, it's not a big deal to police, according to them. Oh, and Whitney Houston is supposed to be in court with Bobby today to show her support for her man.
We're looking forward to hearing from Gwen because she's such a mega talented singer. You know, when they had this accident last night, are you aware of where they found one, Mr. Bobby Brown?
No, where?
Well, in the words of my men, the Sniff and Tears, in September of '79, Mr. Brown was in the driver's seat. Yeah.
You stepped on it.
I know, yeah. First
Never
one
heard of
today.
that.
Well, listen up in Charleston. Tickets for Pearl Jam shows in North Charleston, South Carolina go on sale Saturday, August 24th. The number for the South Carolina date, which will be October 5th, 1-800-225-5067. Tickets go on sale at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.
But you can only buy them if you're a resident of...
South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia.
Really?
For a band that's trying to let their fans see the shows, they sure have a lot of rules.
Yes.
Way too many.
And then if you buy a ticket, how do you know that they're not going to cancel them because
you don't live in...
Yeah, I mean, what's the deal with that?
Melissa Etheridge and her girlfriend Julie Cypher are expecting a child around January of '97. Melissa announced Thursday in America Online that Julie is 4 months pregnant, but the formal announcement is supposed to come today. In other Melissa Etheridge news, she's talking to people right now in regards to portraying Janis Joplin on the big screen. If all goes well, filming will start next summer.
You know, Melissa Etheridge, she's got a good thing going on, don't you think, my man?
What a surprise. Oh, boy.
Ed King, Leonard Skinner's guitarist, who is unable to tour because of a heart condition, has filed suit against the band in Nashville, claiming he should be paid while he's on the disabled list. He claims the band and their management forced him off last year's fall tour and denied him touring income when he learned that he needed a heart transplant. The band, well, they say they offered him money at the time, but he didn't think it was enough, so he didn't take it. Despite the suit, the band is very concerned about King's health, even invited him to the premiere of Freebird, the movie, last Wednesday at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. King, by the way, is still waiting for that new heart. And he hopes that the original members of KISS will remain together after the reunion tour have just increased. Guitarist Bruce Kulick and drummer Eric Singer have decided to leave the band. 27 years after it was filmed, the Rolling Stones' Rock and Roll Circus is finally going to get a premiere. The film actually shot over a 2-day period in December of '68, just after the Stones had released the album Beggar's Banquet. At the time, they envisioned a TV spectacular show with acrobats, animals, clowns, and dwarfs. The Who, Eric Clapton, John Lennon, and Taj Mahal were among some of the other celebrity performers who were filmed for the event. But after the shoot, the Stones felt their performance was not very good, so the project was shelved. In fact, I think they felt like they were so stood up by The Who at this particular event that they were embarrassed and didn't want it to be seen.
Upstaged by The Who?
Upstaged by The Who. That show now has been re-edited. The band is said to be happy with it at last, and it will be seen for the first time publicly at the New York Film Festival on October 12th and 13th. And where it goes from there, we'll just have to wait. The man who scored films like Footloose, La Bamba, and Being There has died. Miles Goodman was 47. Miles Goodman died of a heart attack. According to his son, Dylan, apparently heart disease ran in the family.
You know how his son found him?
Oh, God.
No.
Our love is alive.
Yeah, he came stumbling in, baby.
Who?
Susie Quattro and
Susie Quattro and Chris Norman.
yeah.
Susie Quattro.
Yeah.
Don't you remember
She
her
was
from
a hot
Happy
rod.
Days? When didn't she date Fonzie on Happy Days?
Who was she, like Pinky Tuscadero?
Pinky Tuscadero, and her sister, Patty Quattro, I think, was in, like, Fanny. Remember that
Didn't they
group?
catch her sitting on Ralph's mouth?
Oh, that's
The
a
all-girl band, Fanny.
One person has died of an apparent drug overdose at a Fish concert in Plattsburgh, New York over the
That's
weekend. The 23-year-old male pronounced dead at the concert camping area Saturday night. Autopsy results aren't yet available. An estimated 75,000 fans turned up for the two-day concert. It was
Did he
the
get
final stop on the Fish summer tour.
Did he at least get a shirt before he died?
No, but you know what he said right before?
Fish.
Oh, man.
Can I play Fish? Can I play next game? Do a couple more stories. And
It's a box office hole-in-one for Tin Cup. Kevin Costner's new golf comedy opens as the nation's most popular film, taking in about $10 million over the weekend. Jack, starring Robin Williams, was second, followed by A Time to Kill. The new Robert De Niro, Wesley Snipes film The Fan, and Independence Day round out the top 5.
I snuck into A Time to Kill.
Yeah?
It was a hot flick.
Really?
Yeah, what's the name of that broad in there?
Sandra Bullock.
Oh, Nick would like to knock her up.
Good luck, Nick. Pepperoni pizza? How boring. The September issue of Food and Wine magazine reports the top 10 toppings served on Domino's pizza around the world are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Among the top picks in Japan would be
Fish, some sort of fish, anchovies.
squid.
Squid.
How about England?
England,
Eggs and
Fish and
tuna.
chips.
No.
England,
Boiled beef.
No.
Eggs.
lambs.
Tuna and corn.
Wow. That sounds like a porno flick I saw once.
In Australia,
Chuck Berry was in there, wasn't he?
Eggs.
eggs. Yep.
Eggs on pizza?
And India. I didn't know there was a Domino's in India. I had no idea.
Dirt. Sand.
Hello, yes, I'd like a large with dirt and cheese, please. Thank you very much.
Plain in India.
Actually, pickled ginger is the favorite topping.
Pickled ginger.
Double dirt.
See, that's probably the only one of those I'd like.
Hey, what's wrinkled and smells like?
Fred Astaire's face.
Fred Astaire's face.
A
Thank
little
you.
pizza.
Okay. Now can I play next game?
Yes, you can.
You're going to play next game?
I'll do the
game
story.
to
You
play.
pick a song, okay?
Okay.
Yesterday and today.
Priests chanted hymns and performed Hindu rituals. Tuesday, as religious officials in Nepal's holiest temple gave a mass burial to 30 monkeys who died of electrocution.
There you go.
At least 30 monkeys were killed after touching a high-voltage wire.
I suppose this one you'll let play to the hook.
Yeah, better let it go to the hook. Well,
In Nepal.
I mean,
They got the full religious rites, though. All 30 of
says,
them.
we performed all religious rites as the monkeys were laid to rest, said Chetunath Gautam, a senior official at the Pashupati Area Development Trust, which manages the sacred site of the Lord Pashupatinath Temple.
Shot the monkey.
Here's the hook right here. Well,
We just missed it.
You just missed it.
we just missed the whole shock the monkey part?
Yes.
You know why?
Yeah.
Oh, it'll come around.
This is a good song.
Great song.
How about an evolution twofer? Here's the Jimmy Castor bunch.
There was a time when man did live in caves, as we all know. These people were known as cavemen, Neanderthal men, or troglodytes.
Yeah.
That's Bertha Butt Bookie. That's the start of
What
it.
we're gonna do right here is go back.
Way back.
Way back.
How far?
How do you know all this stuff?
I don't know.
Did you have a life
the
in
only
the
people
70s?
I don't have a life now. What are you talking about?
Sure you do.
Man.
The only people living were...
Why were we were just
cavemen.
playing that a couple weeks ago. What was the...
Yeah, we're talking about Bertha. Big Bertha Butt.
One of the Butt sisters.
It was one of the hurricanes was Bertha, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hurricane Bertha, that's right.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that was the reason. Then. Well, okay. Well, thank you very much, Christiane.
That's entertainment news for today.
I'm entertained.
Good.
Okay, it was very, very enlightening.
Yesterday.
Poor little monkeys.
Today.
So, yesterday and today is over now?
Yes, it
Yes. No more news. We're done.
is. Now called
That's it?
next year,
That's it.
maybe.
By the way,
Nick.
other questions we
Next
raised.
year, maybe.
Other questions we raised that we did not answer.
Whether their geisha girls were prostitutes.
Still don't know the answer to that. I think the answer is no.
Yeah.
Now this is the hecklers with Clinton. We have that answer.
Yes, we do.
Well, I'll play that for you real quick.
They were yelling what?
Shame.
Was it at his birthday party?
This
At
was
the
Radio City Music Hall last night in New York City.
Okay.
Okay. We hear you.
That damn horny the clowns
You
everywhere.
want to hear them anymore?
Sounds like the ballpark.
Okay, we've heard your message now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
How long is it?
Take them out and have them shot.
Have them all arrested.
All right, let's see here. I think we should have Bill talk up a tune.
You want the president to actually talk up a song?
He could actually, I think, talk this one up pretty effectively. So as soon as I hit the closing play, you hear the beat, hit it if you would.
Okay.
Is it ready?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is he are you queued up there?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. We hear you. You want to hear them anymore? Okay, we've heard your message now. Thank you very much.
Oh, keep it on.
Take my breath away.
Bill hit the post, baby.
Too much fun. We gotta take a break.
What does that have to do with Bill?
Nothing. It's just long enough for him to talk it up.
The intro.
I'll tell you what, get it ready again, Tommy, and let's try. I'll tell you what, this would may even be a better fit if you start it simultaneously here. It's going to be happening.
Really? Okay. So
Are you Bill all queued up?
Are you queued up with Bill?
Say when.
Ready? Go.
Okay. We hear you.
He's happy, isn't he?
You want to hear them anymore? Okay, we've heard your message now. Thank you very much.
A little extra time. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Hit the post, so.
Take all your records and get out. We're going to take a break and come right back. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Get out!
9:27. 9:27 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom.
Okay. Let's see. A couple things to cover of serious note. Eastbound I-465. That's cleared up. Fine. Thank you.
Just got some calls. It's fine now.
Okay, good. Tom Way, congratulations to Tom. He was a winner going to Vegas with us. You can do the same. Be listening this afternoon with Jimmy Mad Dog Made Us sometime between 2 and 6. They'll draw another name from our Vegas list. Also, if you go to Village Pantry, you can get that new Bob and Tom bumper sticker, and that'll also another way to win our trip to Vegas. Village Pantry, Coca-Cola, trip to Vegas, air transportation courtesy of ATA. With ATA, you're on vacation. And don't forget, Dog with another drawing later this afternoon. Today at noon, you can get free tickets for the premiere of the movie that Christy was talking about, Freebird, which is a concert documentary featuring some old footage of Leonard Skinner.
This is with Ronnie Van Zant.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Part of it is old concert footage, maybe all of it, for all I know.
I'm not sure, but I know there's some really cool old footage from when they were playing with the Stones. This was like in '76, I think.
Yeah, so Tim Wilson saw the movie, and maybe we can call Tim and find out more about it. But he saw the preview. In fact, he watched it with the guys from the band, that's my understanding. But we've got some free tickets for that. Jay Baker will tell you where you can pick those up today at noon and give you all the details. We're glad to be back from vacation. Thanks to Christy for holding the fort while we were gone, and for Drew and Dean for doing a best of, such as it was and is. But we're glad to be back home. Back home again in Indiana.
Yes, where the air is thick.
Yeah, you can cut the air today like cheesecake. I kind of missed that. I missed the humidity.
Yeah.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I thought we could play a little bit of the Pope's new sitcom here. Now, we had this news story just before we left.
That car auction's coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes.
So they haven't auctioned off the
Not yet.
Pope's
I don't think so.
car yet.
No, there's a very well-known auction of automobiles.
In Auburn, Indiana.
Auburn, Indiana. Last year, the big hook was I believe it was Johnny Cochran's.
I think it was. Johnny Cochran's car.
I believe it was one of Johnny Cochran's cars. But they have famous cars. They've got like Emperor Hirohito's limo is among the cars this year, but also the Pope's car, an actual...
and if you buy it, apparently you get to meet the Pope.
Yeah.
1975 Ford Escort GL, four-door sedan. It's a European version of this car, obviously, and it is for sale.
Even it's a private mass with the Pope.
Amazing.
And the money goes actually to the Pope's foundation. Apparently, it's...
Will he bless the car?
Don't know, Bob. I don't know if it... Since I understand it, the Pope will actually hand you the keys to the car.
And the owner's manual.
In the owner's manual. So I know it sounds like something that's a joke, but it's true. The Pope, obviously, before he was the Pope...
had to drive.
He was a priest, and he apparently had to drive.
Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about the Pope, you know he, as a young man, was a fine athlete, an avid skier, so also a driver. But you can actually buy the Pope's car. We're not kidding. I'm sure it'll go for quite a bit because it does include a trip to round-trip airfare to Rome and
a private audience with the Pope.
Audience with the Pope. But the Pope also was involved in this.
Oh, I can't believe I got a pick to be Pope. That is so exciting. I wish I had a nicer car to show up in. 75 or 4 days for. Oh, I wish I had a nicer Mustang like that Mary Tyler Moore. Man, when she drove to Minneapolis in that Mustang, going to work for Lou and Murray and Ted. Man, that would be so classy. I could just see me driving up. Hello, it's me. I'm your new Pope, John Paul II. How you doing? Who can turn the world on when he prays? Who can tell those Darwinists the world was made in just 7 days? Well, it's me, the Pope, you guessed it. If you got some holy water, it's me that blessed it. When I give a sermon, people listen. When my plane lands, the ground I'm kissing. Why do I wear this great big hat? I never did understand that. Why do I wear this great big hat? Oh, I wish I had a sunroof in this thing. Hey, when did I get a cat?
It's those three little words that every woman wants to hear. Bob and Tom.
Well, the church burned down and no one knew what Pentecost Baptist was gonna do. The Sunday brimstone got so dadgum hot it burned up a church bus in the parking lot. In a panic, the Reverend Dr. White called up an ex-member that hadn't lived right. He owned Joe's beer joint right across the fence. It's the same Joe's he'd preached against. He said, I don't really want to be a hypocrite. I got a Sunday school class about to have fits. We're all excited about Revival Week and been moved by the Spirit, so to speak. With all the souls we saved and money we spent, we thought God told us to sell that tent. I got a famous evangelist supposed to come and done run out of chairs. Will you loan us some? Joe said, hell, you can just use the whole dang place. Ain't nine on the jukebox. Amazing Grace, I ain't supposed to be open because of them blue laws, but we'll open tonight if it's all right with y'all. Preacher said, well, I reckon that'd be okay. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. Is going to talk about Joshua, Judges, and Ruth, and I reckon I could do it from the DJ booth. At the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. When the sinners finish one more round, we'll have dinner on the ground and go inside and hell pray we don't get killed. The evangelist came with a well-dressed choir. They showed up around happy hour, looked around around the joint and didn't take it real well, said the white ministry has gone to hell. Ms. Mills that taught you Sunday school and two deacons in the back room shooting pool were sharing the Lord with a Jim Beam rep who was teaching Ms. Mills some line dance steps. Reverend White was reading from the book of Luke to a tall drunk trucker about to puke. He had John 3:16 memorized, trying to dry his ass out to get him baptized. The evangelist yelled about the lights and the beer, said, White, you can't save any souls in here. This place ain't nothing but a den of sin. Ain't the kind of place Baptist ought to be in. Preacher said, well, we don't really need y'all here. You didn't do a very good job last year. Only saved one sinner. Us Todd McGuire's a little SOB that set my church on fire. Joe's beer joint has done been revived. Only been here an hour and I done saved 5. Sure, it's got mirrors and a big dance floor, but I finally found the flock God called me for. They're at the First Baptist Bar and Grill. It's the only church in the Bible Belt that smells like a whiskey still. Not a stained glass window anywhere in sight, just a blood-stained floor and neon lights and a communion wine, and here is always chill. We're here every Sunday, we're living large, the only church with a cover charge. And if you don't like our doctrine and think we ain't devout, we'll have our bouncer throw your butt out of the First Baptist Bar and Grill.
Dad, this is Sam. Lucy called me a butt kisser. Bye.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy.
Well, with some reluctance, the Vatican is cashing in on the 1-900 numbers.
Oh, Lord.
Now, there is actually
this isn't really a true story,
yes,
is it?
this is a true story.
Where did you find that? It's off the way. Wait a second. What kind of pervert wants to call the Pope confession?
Hi, what are you wearing?
What hat do you have on?
What?
Oh, it's a robe. Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, there is actually a number you can call to reach special messages from Pope John Paul II. And I just happen to have the number here, and I think we should dial it.
Okay.
Here.
There we go. It's on the air. Calm down, all right?
Okay. Here we go.
This is Dial a Pope?
Dial a Pope, yep.
Hey, we see that Brooke Shields that she wanted.
Wait a minute. You dial a hope.
Hang up. Let's dial it again. Come on.
I got the line 2 going here.
Go.
This should be it.
Hello, is Jim there?
Jim?
Oh, wait, did you guys call me?
Yes.
Who's
Who
this?
is this?
Is this the Pope?
This is Dwayne.
Oh, this must be Dial a Dope.
You're being charged $1.45. Take Visa, man.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you. Let me try it again.
Gosh, one more time.
Give me. You hit the right number, please.
Can't you do anything right?
No.
This is it. Hello?
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 Hello? Is this Dial a Pope?
No, this is Dial a Man eating a cantaloupe. Don't hang up. I don't give many calls.
A little religious medley for you this morning.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of the Pope, and then Tim Wilson, his great song, First Baptist Bar and Grill. That appears on our most recent album. What is that on? Is that on...
Factory Year, yeah.
Factory Year, okay. Also, before we go, we can polish this off with the Pope. We're talking about the Pope because the Pope's car, Honest, is for sale at this auction. It's a charity thing, at least this particular automobile is. The Pope was in Germany about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
is this when he got some hecklers and stuff?
Yeah, it might have been a couple months ago. He got heckled.
Yeah, he did.
And we happened to have our special Bob and Tom microphones on the scene.
Ja, hallo? Ist das gewirken? Ja, Damen und Herren, willkommen. Hier ist John Paul II, der Pope.
Der Pope.
Yes, thank you very much. Good evening. How are you doing tonight? It's so good to be here. Anybody celebrating anything? Boy, I heard the hit of the plane right.
Go to hell!
What, excuse me, I'm sorry. What was that?
I said go to hell!
Hey, listen, I'm trying to work up here. I don't want to come down to McDonald's while you're working and knock the hamburgers off your spatula, do I?
You suck!
Oh, see, that's what happens when Protestants marry.
I hate you!
Yes, I remember my first Jägermeister, too.
Shut up!
Hey, that's what happens to the fetus when the mother eats a meat on a Friday. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Friday deal.
Thank you, good night! Good night, everybody!
Give it up for the Pope.
Let's give it up for the Pope, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a short break and come right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The 90s. President. I have you with Bob and Tom. Good morning.
Good morning. Mostly cloudy today, humid, a 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the mid-80s. Tonight, partly cloudy, muggy, a 30% chance of thunderstorms, low around 70. Tomorrow, Tuesday, partly cloudy, warm and humid, a 40% chance of thunderstorms, highs in the upper 80s. Right now, we already have 83 degrees here at Q95. There is no humidity to speak of in Las Vegas.
No, just a lot of heat.
Yeah, well, but we'll be there, and a lot of air conditioning, too, if you want to be inside.
Plenty of it, yeah.
The Bob and Tom Village Pantry Coca-Cola trip to Vegas. When are we going? October?
We're going in October, actually. It's
okay.
Pretty pleasant then.
Be a nice change of pace. But we're giving it away for the next couple of weeks. We gave one away this morning, actually 2 seats on our trip to Tom Way from Mohawk, Indiana. If you'd like to join us, get the winner entry form in. Village Pantry's got them. And we've already received a bunch of them here. We're doing a drawing this afternoon. Jimmy Mad Dog made us another one tomorrow morning, and we'll keep doing them. By the way, you can also win by putting the new Bob and Tom It's Shaped Like the State of Indiana bumper sticker on your car.
Those are pretty cool. I saw one yesterday.
And I've got to get a couple of them. And you can get one at any Village Pantry store. Stick it on your car, and then we're going to have some spotters. Not Bob, not Tom. Please don't take our parking space. They'll be driving around. Well, I just don't want someone ramming me in a parking lot. Look, I got the sticker. Can I go to Vegas? No. Not how the contest works. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning.
And I'm sorry, I lost track of my place there.
I'm completely disoriented. It's tough getting back into the swing of things after being gone for a week.
I was so upset. By the way, we should mention our website.
Yes.
Which we are in the process of kind of upgrading a little bit over the course of the next couple of months. We're going to make some changes on it. But if you've always wanted to find out what's going on, you can go to your search engine and put in Bob and Tom, and you'll find us. BOBANDTOM, not an ampersand.
Right.
And you can stumble upon our website. That'll also lead you to the Electric Amish website and several others. But you can find out what we look like and all that stuff, and maybe answer a few questions.
Right.
We do get a lot of hits on that, and among the other things that we connect you to, it includes the barbecue, the barbecue guy that sets charcoal on fire at 10,000 degrees in 3 seconds. Another delightful.
Also the Electric Amish website.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I can't get into my mailbox because while I was on vacation, somebody changed my password. So a hacker here in the building thought that'd be pretty funny. So I don't know what my password is, so I'll get to that email as soon as I figure out what the password is. Probably there's only 10, 15 billion different combinations, so it might take me a while. So
yeah, no problem.
I'm going to be working on it.
Go for it, Jake.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Who else knew your password?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they got one of those engineers.
There you go.
Aha!
That's what I'd be checking first.
This portion of our program is sponsored.
Who's that girl?
This portion of our program is sponsored, I think you'll.
Hi, I am Ed Pinkley, owner of Pinkley Motors, home of the Pinkley Jeep, the Pinkley Volvo, and our most popular model, the Pinkley Taurus. Let's hear what some of our satisfied women customers have to say about their Pinkley Tauruses.
I just love my shiny Pinkley Taurus.
Hey, who wouldn't?
When I need to get away from it all, I lean back and get lost in my Pinkley Taurus.
Many women say that. To tell you about the easy maintenance of a Pinkley Taurus, here's crack mechanic Michael Hunt.
Because your Pinkley Taurus is so sensitive, we recommend you have it looked at and serviced at least once every 3 months. If not lubed up regularly, your parts are going to get gummed up, they won't work, and hey, that stinks.
Thank you, Mike.
The guys at Pinkley Ford are always eager to not only service my Pinkley Taurus, but it's the fact that they take the time to buff it and polish it to a spit shine that keeps me coming back. Thanks, Ed.
That's what I am here for.
It was our anniversary, and my husband wanted to give me an unforgettable surprise.
I searched and searched, and admittedly, I had a little trouble finding it.
Imagine my excitement when he finally came across my Pinkley Taurus. Thanks, Ed.
Don't thank me. Thank my staff. For looks and feel, you can't lick a Pinkley Taurus.
I don't drive my Pinkley Taurus. It drives me wild.
A Pinkley Taurus is hard to find, but it is worth the effort. Let me, Ed Pinkley, help you find your Pinkley Taurus today at Pinkley Motors off of Route 69. You'll find us right next to Cox Liquors.
Bob and Tom, blah, blah, blah.
Grab your line and grab your pole and meet me down at the fishing hole. I'll be there with all my friends. I hope good fishing never ends. I went to the lake to catch some bass. I met a girl with a real nice face, but that fishing trip was all for naught, 'cause the clap was all I caught. Grab your line and grab your pole and meet me down at the fishing hole. I'll be there with all my friends. I hope good fishing never ends. I went fishing with a guy named Jim. He said his wife was mad at him. Now he's like a fish cut up for sale. No more head and no more tail. Grab your line.
Hey, there we are, 10:02 at WFBQ Indianapolis, Q95, here with Bob and Tom.
Good morning. Once again, a very hot day today. Look for a high around 97 degrees. Tomorrow, the same stuff up to about 95. Lots of humidity. And, no, she hasn't had the baby yet, to answer that question.
All right.
Keep asking me. No, Betsy has not had the baby.
I predict August 15th.
Funny, very funny.
Stuff.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is actually the Dick's Picks portion of our program.
And if you look around, guess who we're missing?
Dick. So before he gets here, let's jump right into the sponsorship, shall we?
Dick's Picks this morning brought to you by the Evansville Brewing Company, Indiana's only full-size brewery. Brewing great beer is an art. You can't rush a good thing, baby. While in Evansville, visit the Rathskeller, the gift shop that's inside the brewery. You can get beer bottle keychains and beer bottle shakers. They have snow inside, and you shake them. And
Christmas time, they had
the
creche with the baby Jesus built out of beer bottles.
This is
incredibly moving.
You know, it sounds a little shaky, but
no. When you see it, you'll say,
not shabby at all.
wow,
It's very,
wow.
That's the way I would have done it.
Done in good taste. It's the only place in the world to try Hoosier Red.
Oh, look, there's a little burro. Joseph wrote it.
Indiana makes Indiana.
10,000 beer bottles they used to build that.
Then they have that guy who plays the beer bottle. Plays the wow, it's got quiet in here.
The singing beer bottle.
The singing, it rubs it with his hand.
The guy that said, hey, no, Morty. I said frankincense.
That's the Evansville Brewing Company. Yeah, I think it's in Evansville.
That's the name. Well, good morning.
Well done.
This is the Dick's Picks Show.
Where is he?
I don't know.
We're missing the
He's
Dickster.
wandering around.
There's
there
the Dickster.
He is. Nice to see you.
There's a positive Gene sighting in the hallway.
Okay,
we'll bring him on in. We'll talk to him.
Here he comes. There he is.
Hey. It's a party, eh, Gene? How are you?
Party!
Sit down. We're all here.
What's your name?
You guys are very good-looking guys for males.
Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you. Shut up. Go ahead. Go back to what you were doing.
We were just introducing you, and you weren't here, so when you walked in
but
just in time.
I was watching. I was listening on the radio.
I thought weren't you down the hall talking on the radio?
No, on the way in,
I
we were
see.
coming to the... How come you guys all of a sudden got very serious? Before you were poking fun at everything Pearl Jam this and Wombat that. All of a sudden I walked in.
We're just getting warmed up. Hold on.
Okay.
You're next.
How do you like my hat? The Rhino Humpers, it's a new band.
Hey, I like that.
Turn this
Gene,
radio.
Dick Nixon, big fan. Glad you could stop by.
Hi, Dick.
I love your stuff.
The Rhino
Are you
Humpers.
telling the truth? Or?
Yeah, I do. In fact, I've got one of those original Gene Simmons basses where the little pickup moved back and forth. What was that called? Wasn't it a...
It's just... Who are these people? Just wanted to say, glad you're back.
Oh, no.
You do seem to liven up the mornings. What is this?
This...
Oh, that's me.
Oh, it's for Chick.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I know what this is.
Q95.
Nice to see you.
That was a seating chart at the bottom so you could tell who we were.
You all seem to have this wonderful sort of sincere, I'm very, very sincere kind of voice. The radio voice.
We are.
Yeah,
we are.
We're
sincere.
all very sincere.
I just spent 6 months in California. I'm glad to be back here, actually. Yeah.
What were you doing there?
The radio thing.
not very successful.
Not very successfully, so
Maybe
I came back.
He comes
They
back.
threw you out.
Yeah, right. They threw me out.
you're doing a classic rock thing. Were you guys playing some Kiss tunes?
Sure, yeah. We were playing that rock and roll all night and party every day.
What is this for?
You haven't seen that
You
yet?
haven't seen
Home
that yet?
fragrance
Here.
spray.
No, well,
That's
In
renews
case you cut one. What is
Man,
that?
no. This is a can that's been banned from the shelves.
This is one of those phony controversies that arises, and allegedly, this over here on the design was supposed to be a male member. Do you see any resemblance between
I
that?
love seeing male members.
Well, do you recognize that one? It looks like one, only a little smaller.
My God, that's huge.
Where?
Man, what a flower, huh?
Well, the people's were...
yeah,
it
they're
was
kind of saying that is because of the shadow. See?
Hey, yeah, it kind of does.
See,
Like
now you go.
Hey, there you go.
So it became a big controversy, and then it made the papers.
Oh, I see. So that stuff watering the plants is not a whole... I see.
But it really isn't a male member. And whoever makes that fine product, was it Renews It?
Renews it. Yes.
It is...
That's some really good scent. If you ever, I know you're backstage a lot, Gene, and if you sometimes the guys could rip one off from a bad deli tray.
That's right.
You should use that because, that means stuff. Yeah.
But it also removes skid marks after you.
How nice.
Well, look, I didn't bring the subject up, so let's vote on it.
I didn't either.
Isn't it tough? Isn't it? In your rider, don't you always ask for underwear and socks for your roadies? Because those guys are...
just a lot of unclothed women. That's in the rider. That's number one. Willing, grateful.
Now, Gene, one rumor I always wanted to chase down. I always heard that there was like a lot of girls, because you guys are performing in a rock and roll industry, and there's a lot of gals that want to just try you out just because you're on stage, with that menacing look and you're blowing fire and spitting up blood and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, my Lord, there it is.
Famous ton.
That is famous.
Well, I would stick it out further, but the floor's a little dirty.
Yeah.
Now, Gene, I do have a question for you. I mean,
What?
from
Should I
watching
put on my
Kiss shows,
shades?
yeah, please do, because you look more menacing that way.
That's much better.
What, when you were looking for different things to do on stage, the breathing fire I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
But the spitting up blood, what was going through your mind then? You just figured that'd be a good...
Well, it was that time of the month, and I was saying to myself... What?
I understand now. I know where this is going.
Well, I came in here perfectly nice. I compliment you guys on your sincere voices.
Thank you.
And then you
Have you ever been asked to turn one of your songs into a commercial?
Oh, all the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout It, that thing? We have a song called Shout It Out Loud that came to us. And
What'd you tell
what
them?
I want to do is have one of my songs, shout it out loud. No, I don't think so.
The money wasn't right, huh?
No, it's not the point. No, it ain't the money. We often just say no to a lot of these people because I don't want my tunes come out of spray cans. And
Do you have all the control over them, or are some?
Oh,
of the,
yeah.
Okay, but
Oh, yeah.
even the early ones when you first got going.
Yeah,
you
we had
have the
another
rights.
one. This is like a perfect setup for a joke, but it's not. You know that flushing thing that changes it into a blue.
To 2,000 flushes or something like that?
I don't know if
Tidy
that's the title.
Bowl
It could be like Tidy Bowl or something. They wanted to use one of our tunes for that. some rock thing. Bam, bam, that. Just what I want to have.
God gave number 2 to you. Thank you. Here's thank you, Kiss. Yeah, that would be demeaning, I think.
The meaning is lost on me, but I.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
I don't know. The Kiss convention.
Oh.
Do you remember it?
Here's what this is. No, I don't even know where I am. It's so early in the morning. I really want to compliment you guys. Everybody has a tough job, but you guys get up what time?
Early.
4. That's beyond.
See, and now we have to get up earlier in a couple of weeks.
That's too much. I'm sorry. I mean,
you guys are pulling into bed right about then.
That's yeah. You go to sleep at about 4. That's the.
Are you trying to make us really hate you?
No, I compliment you. The idea of getting up at 4 o'clock every morning and being on like a light switch. Pal, you've got to be on and deliver. It's amazing. So speaking of potato chips,
Seafords.
That's right. You cannot.
Are they trying to buy one of your songs too?
I don't know.
Even if you blow us, you cannot get into the what?
What did I do? You
can't
didn't say anything yet. Keep going.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay, Dick. You cannot get into the KISS conventions because tickets do not exist. We literally printed up none because the capacity is very, very limited. You can't buy. You can't call the ticket agencies or the promoters or none of them. It's being held at, I think, the Ramada. Is that right? Yes. Here's what we do. We take over the Ramada, and we're filming the event because there's going to be a big documentary on it, I think, for HBO or one of those knuckleheads. And eventually it'll be a home video. And the idea behind this is that fans get together, very limited capacity, about, 600-700 fans, tops. And we have literally millions of dollars of KISS paraphernalia. 20 fully dressed mannequins, 7 feet high, in the original platform heels and the original leather outfits that we wore, over 20 years ago. And memorabilia, artwork, paintings, KISS tribute bands that do entire KISS shows, 70s style shows, original paintings, lyrics on the original hotel station, all that stuff, 12-foot video screens. Then we show up, the entire band. We play unplugged for well over 2 hours, take requests on the spot. Here, let me take out my dentures for a second.
Go ahead.
Thank you. And then we take question and answer sessions from the fans who have all kinds of things on their minds. Sometimes we have KISS weddings at the events. Yesterday in St. Louis, which is where we were, there were 2 proposals of marriage on the spot to fans. And, it's all captured on film, so it's all very exciting. And this idea is really in celebration of an event that's coming up that we're very proud of. We're about to tie the Beatles for the second place all-time gold record winners. They've got 27, we've got 26. And in retrospect, we've been very clear in our minds that the only people that put us here have been the fans. See, it got very serious because it's important stuff to us. We've made an awful lot of money, and people, rock stars and people, they never talk about that. We've made millions and millions of dollars. And our lifestyles are like, the dream that the great American dream absolutely has come true long, long ago. We get to do anything we want, whenever we want, and the only people that put us here have been the fans. And for that kind of dedication and loyalty, we will do anything. And, you may want to take once I'm gone, just to check it out. You get on the air and ask some fans if they've ever received letters from us. We write our own letters. We make our own calls. None of this secretary, well, he just wanted you to know that none of that crap. Can we say crap?
Sure.
You just did.
Thank you.
Yeah, the blow thing, I don't know about.
But they're both.
But thanks for underscoring that.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks for your help, Chick.
The bottom line, though, is that the KISS conventions are really a small way for us to say thank you to the fans. And we'll be doing lots of other cool stuff. There's going to be a KISS fanzine that's going to be coming out in the fall that Marvel Comics is going to be putting out called KISS Nation, which is going to be about a 150 to 200-page book that's going to have a 50-page comic book, KISS Meets the X-Men, written by Stan Lee, and another 100 or 150 pages more of completely fan-written artwork and articles and all that stuff. And we want to totally change the way bands and fans relate to each other, get the security guys out of the way, get all this posing out of the way. I'm a tortured artist and I don't want to be famous or rich. I have a perfect solution to every knucklehead rock star who's too rich and has too many broads and has too much money. Here's what you do. Now listen, all the new guys, now listen to me very clearly. I want to help you out. I want to make you happy. 1, you don't want to be famous. Move to Tibet, okay? Before you go, write a personal check out to Gene Simmons for your entire net worth. It'll make us both happier, and I won't have to listen to your whining. Any guy that's especially white, because there's no excuse. If you have any, there's no excuse. Oh, it's terrible. It's rainy out. I've got too much money, and I'm too famous. If you're a minority, if you're an Indian, if you're black, if you're Jewish, you have, maybe something to talk about with society. I'm not getting an even break. Okay, I want to hear some white middle-class kid whining about the misery of life. Shut up. Go dig a ditch for a living. That's what I want to hear as a young 24-year-old guy going, I think I want to, I'm feeling miserable. Get off the stage. Give somebody who wants to be there a chance. So that's the solution. Send me your check.
There you go.
Gina, one thing you got going on at the KISS convention is you have the tribute bands, and there's a really good one that tours around here called Strutter.
Yeah.
That does a KISS tribute. Now, are they ever intimidated when they meet you? Because obviously they're emulating the band.
Strutter played either the last one or the one before that. We're taking different tribute bands around the country. Just to make sure, a lot of the people get to see because they're different. Every single convention is completely different because there's no set itinerary. We're not doing any particular songs or any. But in answer to your question is, they get a kick out of it. But imagine the kick for us. This idea that somebody would take the time first to go and actually build from scratch KISS outfits. It's not like you can go into a Sears and Roebuck say, let me have a Gene Simmons KISS outfit. Let me have that in a medium. Mm-hmm. You can't just buy it off the rack. They've got to go to shoe stores and boot makers and stuff and say, okay, here's how I need this boot. And of course, they're looked at as aliens because this stuff is unique. Just to build it, and then to build your amplifiers to look a certain way and the pyrotechnics, then to put the makeup on for an hour or two before,
right.
And then afterwards you've got to tear all that stuff off and then take the makeup off. It's such a kick for us. It's such an honor that anybody would give us the time of day, much less do that.
Weren't you pleasantly surprised that, you built the band image with the makeup, but then when you took it off, you were just as popular and perhaps even more so?
It's in a different way. The thing that initially attracted the media to us was the sort of bizarreness. In the beginning, we were called gay, and that was okay with us. And then we were sadomasochists and Satan worshippers. That was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to be knights or kids in Satan's service, which on a different radio show, it reminded me all of a sudden of a very famous song. It goes, "Knights in Satan's service, never meaning to have."
Yeah.
That song?
I remember that, sure.
And
huge hit.
Big one. One of my favorites. Mm-hmm. And, so this idea that, I forgot what you asked.
Just that I was, weren't you pleasantly surprised when you took off the makeup, which was the original band image? I mean, that's
sure.
From what I've read about you guys, that was something that you guys were very calculated. You said, okay, what can we do that's different?
Actually, the only calculation we had was in the beginning. And then after that, we didn't have a clue. We calculated this idea that we wanted to be completely different than any other band. We wanted to put the band on stage that we never saw on stage. We wanted to put together the band that we never saw. This idea that there's always one guy running around on stage with a microphone, and that's all he does. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to sweat, not play an instrument, never has to learn the chords to the songs. All he does is sing, "All right, how y'all feeling?" And that's all he does. Yeah, that's it. Then the solos come up, he can go backstage, have a donut and coffee, and then come back, "All right, everybody, I'm cool." So we said, the hell with that guy. We want a four-wheel drive band. I want a band like the Beatles, where everybody plays their instruments, everybody sings, everybody writes songs, so that if at any point any one guy's not carrying the load, the other guys carry through.
Right.
I mean, if...
How long did it take you to find that band?
It took about 2 years, and we didn't want to play around, because there were a lot of guys that come in, long blonde locks and stuff, and butts smaller than my girlfriend, and going, "Yeah, I'm going to be the front guy." I don't think so. Get out of here. And so we put together the kind of band we wanted to put together, but in retrospect, the best thing that we did was we took a kind of a take no prisoners attitude. We wanted what we wanted, and we weren't going to settle, and everybody around us said, "Nah, you're going to wear makeup? Nah, it's not going to work." And then when we decided to take the makeup off, the same people said, "You're going to take the makeup off?" No, it's not going to work. You better keep it on. Ultimately, I think you've got to stay true to your own heart, do what you believe in, and if it doesn't work, so what? At least you go down in glory instead of just being everybody's patsy. If you have to look over your shoulder to find out if everything you're doing is okay, then what's the difference between you and Pinocchio? Where are the strings?
How many times did you go through the makeup until you came up with your final face?
Once.
Is that right?
Yeah, everybody literally sat down, first we started with the white face because we realized from far away you're not going to make out features and whatever. And the mime thing was always fascinating to us, that no matter how far away you were, you could see the mouths and the eyes. So white seemed like a good background. And then after that, everybody was left to do whatever they wanted, you know, with their own faces. And whatever design came up was really probably part and parcel of what we were influenced by. Paul wanted something very, you know, he was always fascinated by the rock star mystique, so he put a star in his eye. And I was always fascinated by Eric, the Phantom of the Opera, and the original Lon Chaney Sr. thing, the unmasking especially. So I wanted some, and then Batman, and you know, a lot of the sort of the darker edge of the rainbow. And so that's what I put on my face. I mean, I could have just as easily have had a red nose and a seltzer bottle.
Hey, I've got it! There you go. That's the one you should have gone with. You know,
now, was this all pre-record contract, or did you already have a deal?
No.
Did you guys have to play bars in the very beginning, or clubs?
Yes, we used to play. We used to play a place called the Daisy in Amityville, and people didn't have a clue what they were expecting. You know, they wanted to come in and hear "Hang On, Sloopy" and "Midnight Hour."
And you're doing all originals?
Oh yeah, and we refused to play anybody else's material, and we were thrown out of clubs all the time, and bouncers wanted to kick our butts and all that stuff. But by the second song, you know, you put your drink down and you were listening. Yeah.
You know, one of the things I thought was so interesting is that when you guys had the makeup on, your real faces were one of the best kept secrets in rock and roll. That there, I think, to the best of my knowledge, there was only one quote unquote exclusive picture of you guys without your makeup, and it was not in wide circulation. It just didn't have, you know,
the one with the farm animals. That one.
No, that was the other one.
Oh, we haven't heard about that.
Oh, you never saw it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I guess the
You might want
cow's
to
out of the bag.
check the statute of limitations on that one, Gene.
Well, we didn't realize it. That was not one of our inventions. We noticed that as soon as we came out, there was this sort of very bizarre hero thing that started to happen very quickly, almost sort of a comic book fascination with the band, almost like a Clark Kent Superman duality. And the fans very clearly stated in their letters and their interviews or whatever that they wanted our identities off the stage not to be seen. They wanted the mystique, and so out of respect to them, we didn't show our faces.
Was that tough for you guys?
You know, we were prisoners of Zenda, and I never met Zenda. You know, we were. Do we read? You know,
Hey, I chuckled. Come on.
Okay.
You were saying that everybody got the makeup on the first try.
Yeah, once.
Didn't you, though, when Chris came out in the Cat, you guys went, you want to go back and try it again?
We all looked at each other and said, are you sure?
Yeah.
We looked at each other and said, oh, come on.
Think that one through.
No, and Paul Stanley originally said, I want to put on 2 stars on my eyes, so I'll be like a rock star. And all of a sudden he came out and there was only one. I'm going, what happened to the other one? You know, you only got a star in one eye. He goes, no, that's cool. Later on, he admitted to me he was lazy. He didn't want to put on
the first star took so long.
It wouldn't take so long.
Once enough, yeah.
How long was it?
Quite draw it right. You know, one star is going to be a little lopsided and stuff.
How long was it before you had people to go on the road with you to do that? Did you guys get big very quickly, or was there a relatively slow curve?
To the very last day that we ever put the makeup on, nobody put it on except us.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
we
right?
Put it on and took it off ourselves.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
You know, one of my best memories of the early Kiss was like when Don Kirshner's was still on, and you guys are on there, and literally comes back on. Wow.
That's exactly what
because you guys, I mean, there was fire, flames, fumes, stuff was breaking up on the stage.
Our drum riser went up. We had flash pods.
Next, Neil Sedaka. And then
How was that?
They were certainly dynamic, and I can assure you that we're both from the same area of Long Island. But I'll be calling their parents in a minute. But first, we have the
Those
Grateful.
fellas wrecked the stage. Now a word from our sponsor.
The very first time we ever did In Concert, which was Dick Clark's original TV show, in the afternoon we came out and rehearsed. Nobody had ever seen us or anything. We rehearsed with the cameraman because it was a live TV show and they had to see where you were going to go. And then we come out and we sort of describe to the cameraman, okay, we're going to do a song called Firehouse, and in this spot over here, why doesn't the camera move over here so you can see Gene breathing fire, because that's what they're going to say. You're going to do what? I'm going to breathe fire at the end of this song. With what? I'm going, well, see this stick? It's going to be covered with, you know, kerosene stuff, and then we'll light it, and that happens at the end of the song. So why don't you stay here so that I'll be breathing fire towards the camera and you'll be able to see it. and we're just going through the motions. Nothing's really lit. We're not made up and everything.
Right.
And so and on the TV screens, on the monitors, we could see everything. They're getting all the shots, and it looks very good. When we come out in makeup, none of the guys are getting the shots. They're looking at us like we just crawled out from under a rock, and none of the cameras know where to go because they didn't quite recognize who was who or who was talking. We're made up and stuff. And then when I started going towards the camera to do my fire breathing routine, all you saw was the camera all of a sudden, hit the ceiling, and the guy was off the camera. It just, wham. It's very bizarre. And to this day, the only shot that exists of that show was way off coverage, way in the back of the hall. One guy was shooting the entire thing, but that guy was off his camera, just completely went off.
He was gone.
There you go.
We're speaking with Gene Simmons from KISS. Do you have that the 800 number that?
800 number does not work today, no longer, because on the day of the event they just cut it off because the fire marshals and the stuff the people at the event, at the Ramada, determine how many people get in because of the insurance people and so on.
I see.
And so once capacity is reached, that's it. Now, again, as a fail-safe measure for some of the real the KISS maniacs, we're holding about 50 passes at the door. Roll the dice. If you want to drop by, wave at us, we'll be there for, in and out for 12 hours. It starts at noon and it ends at midnight. And we're filming the entire event. If you can get in, cool. We'd love to see you. If not, don't worry. We're going to see you when we come back out on tour with our 28th album, Fingers Crossed, which is going to be coming out, fingers crossed, Christmas, around there.
With or without makeup?
Oh, without. But with diapers.
Okay.
That's the newest thing. KISS diapers.
Can I ask one thing about the very beginning of your career? Did you sit down and write together right from day one with Paul, or were you all doing a separate thing? How did that work?
There were never any formulas. Some of the tunes were written individually, some were written together. But even if somebody would bring in a tune, I'd bring in a song, and the rest of the guys would say, well, that's good, but why not try this or try that? So even if you see a song that says Firehouse by Paul Stanley, it was my riff that's in the middle there. So, even though somebody's name is on a song, the reality is that the entire band contributed. Everybody put in their piece.
Did you have a role model? You mentioned the Beatles before. In terms of songwriting, who influenced you?
Nobody has touched the Beatles. All the Tin Pan Alley guys and the Gershwins and all that, I think, that's all on the same level. Lennon, McCartney, to this day, are beyond anything that's either come before or after. I still haven't heard songwriters. These guys wrote hundreds and hundreds of songs. I haven't heard a single bad song, those bastards.
True. It's very true.
Not a single bad song.
Even the stuff that didn't get cut.
Well,
Revolution number 9.
Well, yeah, okay.
But you want to know something? Even in terms of production, it was so way ahead, this idea of backwards and taking bits of radio noise and white noise and just doing that. It was it was 9 Inch Nails 30 years ago. When you think about it, production-wise, and I Am the Walrus, and way beyond.
And then just lousy recording equipment.
Lousy. 4-track recording equipment. Sgt. Pepper was done on 2 4-tracks put together. And, those records make a lot of the modern records just pale by comparison. And the truth is that it's difficult to be cool. See, it's much, much easier to say an obscure band is your main influence. The Dickies. Or, it's a legitimate band. Dickies are a very cool band. Or the Posies. New bands are afraid of pointing at really famous bands. Most of the bands, which is the biggest kick in the world for me to hear, whether it's White Zombie or Nirvana when Kurt was alive, or guys in Pearl Jam, anybody coming out and saying, I was a member of the KISS Army, I picked up a guitar because of them. That's the biggest kick in the world, because there's a very clear cool syndrome, a kind of a cool sickness, which is that if the Beatles really changed your life, have the balls to stand up and say, even if they're famous, there's this idea that if a band is too famous, you don't want to, you want to pick some obscure band to show you that you're really cool.
How did you feel about the Jimmy Buffett line?
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett.
I love that line. Is it in Margaritaville where he goes...
no, I think it's in Mañana.
Don't try to Kiss concert. Yeah.
Don't try to describe
a Kiss concert if you've never seen it.
Yeah, don't try. It's one of his tunes.
Right.
There's a song by Weezer, new band. That's a platinum band that had the Sweater song that was a big tune. On one of the tunes on their record, their debut album, there's a thing about Ace and Peter are hanging on my wall, the KISS posters there. It's called the Garage Song, I think is what it's called. And then Cheap Trick had a song called Surrender. Daddy's all right, Mama's all right, got my Kiss records on surrender.
Yeah.
And the fact that anybody would give us the time of day, much less want to put us into their tunes, is like...
Sure.
You know,
Wait,
you're
what an
right.
honor.
It was Buffett's song "Manana," and he's.
Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. It was "Manana," and it's don't try to describe a Kiss concert if you've never seen it. It's kind of that hipness factor that a guy like Buffett's supposed to have. He was going, hey, you know, you can't define what is hip, and these guys are great.
When we decided to get up on that stage, the business managers would be pulling their hair out of their heads, going, "You want to do what?" Because I'd say, "I want to fly up to the top of the light truss at 6 feet a second. I want to sing a song 65 feet above the ground. Then I want to throw up on the heads of the people on the bottom." You can't do that. You can't do that. So they had to figure out a flying mechanism that would fly me up, that would look like you're flying, and then forwards, and then land on a plank, like a sort of a pirate's plank, where I sang way the hell up there. And, you know, it was a nightmare for all these guys, and it would cost us millions to build these contraptions, levitating platforms and things. And then at one point, the stages became so enormous that we had to build two of them because it took so long to actually put one together, and we were doing one-nighters. And so they would have to leapfrog. You know, while one stage is being set up, there's another stage already in the next town.
Sure.
And the business guys were saying, "Don't you realize you could make, 3-4 times the money if you just scale down and have less trucks?" We didn't care. You know, we wanted to do what had never been done before.
Sure.
What were the tallest your platforms ever got?
7.5-inch platforms, but the tallest pair that Kiss platforms that were ever worn, and they'll be there at the Kiss convention, were worn by Eric Carr, our drummer who died.
Yeah, we met Eric.
We met Eric in New York a few years ago.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
And he passed away from cancer, unfortunately, about 3 years ago. But the tallest pair were his, and they came in at 10.5 inches.
Amazing.
Because he was the shortest guy in the band, and he was trying to, see eye to eye. And even then, he was, a little bit past my shoulder. But 10.5 inches. We were close to 7 feet tall, but none of us dribbled any balls or did any slam dunk.
Did you ever get hurt doing any of your tricks?
Never once. That's the amazing thing. And especially Paul would be doing these gravity-defying leaps up in the air, and never sprained our ankles. Nothing. We were either charmed or stupid or probably both. Mm-hmm. Never once.
Do you have a favorite song of your own? If you have to toot your own horn a little bit, is there one particular song that you
It's really
didn't
tough.
expect?
You're talking about hundreds of songs and 27 albums.
Well, let me say this: is there a song that you wrote that you look back and I go, "Boy, I don't know where that came from, but I sure do like it"?
I like Deuce only because it was the beginning of our stage set, and every time we'd gear ourselves up, and we'd have to go up against every band in the world because nobody wanted us to open for them, and then to have Lenny Kravitz with Stevie Wonder covering that tune on our last record, "Kiss My Ass." Can we say that?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. It's the name of the record. Mm-hmm. I'm not wishing anybody goodwill or ill will.
I love the line, "Get up and get your grandma out of here." Where did that ever come from? Because whenever I used to listen to that line, I used to thought, surely that can't be grandmother. And then when I finally saw the lyrics in print, I said it was grandma.
Well, it was like get out of here. When you say to somebody, "Get a life," you don't really mean that. It was like it was the male song of all male songs, in the sense that the female in the song was complaining that her life was this and complaining her life was that, and I'm watching too many soap operas, and this guy's working all day and bringing home the bacon. And the basic point of the song is, shut up. This guy's earning the money. He's worth twice as much as you are. So get up and get a life is really what it. But nobody was saying it. It was not a common phrase. Mm-hmm. Get your grandma out of here. Get out of here.
Funny.
That's what it really meant.
I've been amused by is that Richie Blackmore, who was a great songwriter, he said that, when you write guitar-oriented rock and roll, which you guys, the first probably 20 albums, or first 10 albums were very, very guitar-oriented.
Absolutely.
Richie said you run out of ideas after a while. He goes, I got maybe 15, 20 great riffs, and he goes, the rest are good riffs. You guys manage to continually create these good songs. I mean, I'm not saying that just to flatter you, but it surprised me because when you guys had painted, okay, here's our style, and the fans want you to stay with that style because they've already bought the albums, but you guys continually kept that thread going.
We kept the thread, but I want to tell you that there were years when we sold out. We were prostitutes. We bastardized ourselves. The 80s was a very uncomfortable period in retrospect. In the same way that I'm not proud of every single album or every single year. I'm sure there are pictures of you when you were growing up. that you would never show anybody because you look like a dweeb.
I think that brings us to the Kiss movie.
It brings us back to that farm animal thing.
There you go.
The Kiss movie and the lasers.
Kiss Meets the Phantom. You mean
Yeah.
You know, we're planning another one.
Oh,
but not like that. It's going to be like it's going to be like a biography of the band, of the whole thing. But getting back to the dweeb years, you know, the moron years. You know, there were certain years in our lives when, hey, that was a cool period. I look good. Then you turn to the other years when your ears are sticking out and you look, you know, nobody is cool for their entire life. And there were certainly years when the band was putting out stuff that, in retrospect, no matter how many millions of records are sold, I didn't like. We did a song called I Was Made for Loving You, which was one of the biggest songs of the year. It won the People's Choice. Right. It was like #1 around the world. And, you know, it's very, very popular. The fans still want to hear it. I'm not crazy about that tune. It's the only dance-related tune we ever did. It's disco. And I'm still not crazy about it. And we did a ballad called Beth that won the People's Choice Award in '76. It was like #1 around the world. And, you know, girls love it. I'm not crazy about the tune. It's just not us. And we've gone through different styles. We had a couple of pop records during the '80s because, you know, you wander. You know, you sort of test who you are and what you are and try to figure out whether or not you're really happy doing this stuff. And in retrospect, the business guys are, again, probably hitting their heads against the wall saying, wait a minute, you got a #1 record around the world with this I Was Made for Loving You. You're going to do more of this stuff, right? We're going, nah, that's not really who we are. You know, that's a one-off, and that we just wanted to prove to ourselves we could do that. And now back to meat and potatoes. I mean, it's nice to have cheesecake every once in a while, but if you have it 3 times a day, every day, you're going to throw up. You're going to get sick and tired of it. So one dance song, that's okay. But if I make a career out of it,
no thanks.
You know, staying alive, staying alive.
Where are they today? Yeah.
That's a very good impression.
Was that?
Yeah, no more acting for you, though? I thought you were great in the...
tonight at
You're
the
a great
hotel,
bad
some
guy.
home movies.
Oh, I loved you in that
the Miami Vice?
The Tom Selleck movie. No, what was that?
What was that?
These are all right now. Miami Vice, The Prodigal Son. That was the 2-hour
That was
debut.
really good. I didn't...
Thank you.
I tuned that in not knowing, you know, what was going to happen. That was
Sure.
great.
I played a guy named Rusty Blades or something, I don't know, who was a drug dealer who dressed in a white silk pajama outfit covered with broads, head to toe. Now, broads is an acceptably used word.
Did we
and
the Tom Selleck movie, you had those spiders or whatever.
Wasn't that like,
some
was that
magic?
Prancer? Or
No,
That was a
Trancers was with
futuristic,
Kevin Bacon.
What was the name of the movie that you were in with Selleck?
That was Tremors. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
The one out with Selleck was Runaway.
Yes, that's it. Right.
And
Those little, mechanical spiders.
and then Runaway, the writer-director, that was Michael Crichton.
Yeah.
The
Was
guy
it?
that did Jurassic Park and Disclosure in Congo. And then another film called Wanted Dead or Alive, where Rutger Hauer was the good guy and I was the bad guy. And they stuck a grenade in my mouth and pulled the pin.
I remember that. Late night, showtime.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But, you know, the idea that... And at one point, I had a record company, and I was managing Liza Minnelli's recording career and producing bands and doing all this stuff. And, you know, to be quite honest, my contributions to the band were crap. It was, you cannot juggle 10 balls as well as you can juggle one. And I would ask you to please stop juggling yours right now, if you don't mind.
There are 2, though, if you don't mind.
I only see one. Oh, there's the other one. It's hiding behind.
Okay, enough about a great career in rock and roll and your movie work. Now let's cut to the chase. How was Sharon bad?
Pretty damn good.
Gene Simmons from Kiss.
She held up her
Here in
end.
the Bob and Tom
She
Show.
held up her end.
Twice.
Those are memorable evenings, weren't they, Gene?
You know, I love that phrase, and I think I'm going to use it.
She held up her end.
You held up her end.
And you didn't fall asleep.
You know, the producer's not saying anything. How come?
He's enjoying this.
Yeah.
Enjoying the whole thing.
I like it.
Except how come both his hands are in his lap?
Oh, he's okay.
Well, Gene, thanks a lot for stopping by. And,
Thank you. And
a lot of
I've
Kiss
never
fans today
seen
enjoying.
so many men in one room together having so much fun. And
Hard to believe.
At least with their towels on.
now, what do the turbans signify that you're all wearing?
Well,
each one has their own stone, and it represents our inner life force. Thank you for asking, Mr. Simmons.
Thanks, Gene. We're going to take a. What are we doing?
Can you bring a little Kiss makeup kit so we can convert Tom, who is the most? He's the
only
most
bald member of
Midwestern.
Kiss.
He's the most Midwestern white guy we know, and we're kind of thinking maybe.
But he's friendly.
The really menacing kabuki style,
Yeah. Well, I
with
think
some of Gene's like 7-inch platforms.
I don't have the tongue.
Can I see the tongue?
No.
Don't have the.
no, I-
you have the thing at the end where it narrows and
It looks
points.
like get the anteater thing
How
going,
about,
right?
well, how about this one?
Wow.
He's able to turn his tongue over.
I see you now. You're holding up your end.
Wow.
Gene, you're lucky. I want to hold up my end.
No, that's just in case I go to jail. It's just you always have to worry about. You always have to take care of.
So you can pick the lock or something. It's interesting, Gene, that you're so talented in music because, you could have had another career in adult films, I
What do
think.
you mean could have in my time off? but I have, I have gotten offers to do adult films, and that's a very interesting.
It's at least crossed your mind, right?
Let me get this right. All of those girls are mine, and you're going to pay me to do them. And I have to act.
No, just do the tongue thing.
I mean, it's an interesting way to make a living.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
You mean I got to hit the bullseye every time, and you're going to pay me for it? All right. Okay. All right. I can twist my arm. Who? Her? The one over there with the gravity-defying missiles pointed in my general direction?
Okay. Send me home. Gene, have a good time at the convention today. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Gene.
We have to get out of here. You're listening to Bob and Tom.
Hang on to your Ticketmaster ticket.
Hi there. Time to get out of here. It's the Jay Baker program, believe it or not.
Did I miss something?
Yeah.
Not a thing.
We have
There was
to.
a really menacing tall guy.
We have to go now because this is DEF CON 20.
Okay.
So we have some stuff coming up,
Is the
including
silo backing up?
Yeah, let's give this stuff away first. Then, are you going to be able to squeeze your tickets in this hour?
We'll get it all in.
Starting Monday on Q95, we have tickets every hour to the sold-out Brickyard 400.
That's going to be great.
The big NASCAR event that'll be here just down the road.
Yeah, it's coming up quick. In fact, the first weekend of August.
Yeah, hard to believe it's just around the